Taika Waititi's new film, Next Goal, wins. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I just attended a mystery screening, unseen, whatever it's called, at AMC, where they don't tell you what movie you're watching. You just go in and you hope that it's going to be a movie that you haven't seen. And it was Next Goal Wins, the new Taika Waititi movie that is coming out on the 17th of this month. Now, if you guys don't know anything about this movie, I don't blame you, because the marketing of this film has been atrocious. It's just non-existent. People didn't even know it was coming out. Like, that's just crazy. Anyway, what this movie is about, so there's this, it's surrounding football, as Americans and that like to call it, soccer. It revolves around American Samoa. Now, as an Australian, I remember Archie Thompson bursting onto the scene, putting a lot of goals past American Samoa in a 31-0 thumping in the World Cup qualifiers back in 2001. And let me tell you, I remember that, and I just, it was an absolute demolition. It was. So this story is about a coach coming in and trying to get this team organized and help them win a game or even just score a goal. Now, obviously, I'm a huge football fan, so come on, man, this is right up my alley. Now, what I will say about this movie is I'm very mixed on this movie, and there's multiple reasons to why I'm mixed. Let's get into some of the positives first. I think some of the comedy does land. I do. I had a fun time laughing. I feel like the way that they were able to incorporate the culture of American Samoa and showcase these people, these friendly people who just are so positive in that sort of way, and just how they're so chilled, laid back, and they just speak their mind, and they have banter with each other. That, I think, was really, really done fantastically. I think Taika really nailed that element and brought it together, and then the jokes did land. Michael Fassbender absolutely brought this character to life and played him perfectly. I really enjoyed him in this role, and I felt like, he's just so good in this role. And every time he was on screen, you could feel the presence of Michael Fassbender. You could. And he just delivered a great performance and just showcased that this particular person, how broken this person was. And you know what? You care for the guy. You do. You want to see him succeed. But I just feel like they left that a bit too late in a way in this movie. I don't know. It's obviously it's based on a true story, so it's hard to But like Taika says, he does unblemish a lot of things in this movie, and he says that at the start, which I absolutely love that bit as well. It's like, this is better. This is like a true story, but obviously embellished a bit. So you have that. Obviously, the culture itself was fantastic. The cinematography, wow. Cinematography is spectacular. It's world class. That shot at the top of the mountain was just gorgeous. I just feel like the location, everything, people don't know the Pacific Islands. They're so gorgeous. Those places like Tonga, Fiji, Samoa, American Samoa. These places are gorgeous. They are just absolutely spectacular. And this movie, if there's one thing that this movie does, it showcases you the Pacific Islands in a way that some people probably haven't seen before. And just, the culture behind it, I feel like that was absolutely fantastic. The story itself of this group of people who aren't very good at the sport, and then, just the mission that they have is, we don't care if we win. We just want to score a goal. That's what it is. Can we score the very first goal in our history? And, just bringing it together and showcasing this family bond that they have. These type of people in Samoa and Tonga and in the islands there, they have this insane connection with each other, this family connection that is just so wholesome. They rally around each other, they support each other no matter what, and I feel like that was on display here, and it was just absolutely fantastic. So I loved all that stuff as well. The performances of other people in here were fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And I thought when you do sports movies, sometimes when you're shooting it, it just doesn't feel realistic. This did feel like a bit of an unrealistic vibe when they're playing the game, but I understand why they did it like this, because it's hard. You can't have a proper full game and film it and do those really close cut scenes and everything that you need to do. And obviously it's embellished in that for a movie, so you can't have it fully traditional as if you're watching a proper game. But I felt like that was all shot great as well. You could see what was going on. You could understand, where these pieces were moving. The training montages, great, absolutely fantastic. Now, something that I did not like about this film, and it's starting to become a bit of a habit in his last few films for Taika, is, look, the balance of the serious tone and the comedy side. Now, this, we've seen him balance it brilliantly. Jojo Rabbit, absolutely fantastic film. He balanced the comedy and the serious tone perfectly. When it needed to be serious, it was serious. When it needed to be comedy, it needed to be comedy. Absolutely nailed it. Thor Ragnarok, the exact same. The perfect comedic timing when it needed to be, but the serious tone was there as well. Then we get into some of the recent films where, Love and Thunder, it just goes wacky and just way too comedy. And I feel like this movie here is trending down that route as well. The amount of times that when it was serious, and it was like, okay, this is an emotional moment. This is a moment for me to get attached to this character, to feel something for this character, to feel in this moment. But then it's overshadowed straight away by a joke. And like sometimes the joke didn't land, and it's kind of like, I wanted to dwell on that moment a bit longer. I wanted to connect a bit more to that moment in particular. And then it's kind of like, no, here, just have a joke, have a laugh instead. So in a way, it kind of disconnects you from some of the characters in this movie. And then it's kind of like, well, how am I supposed to care for them if I can't connect with them on that emotional level? And I just feel like Taika's starting to go down this route where it's like, he's going too much comedy. And when his being needs to be serious, the balance isn't there. And I feel like this movie suffers from that again. And like, dude, Taika Waititi is a talented director. He is a talented writer. We've seen that. Thor Ragnarok. We've seen it with Jojo Rabbit, which I think was one of the best movies when it came out that year. It was absolutely phenomenal. We know how talented this guy is. But sometimes I just feel like he lets the silly aspect and the comedy side overtake and overshadow certain elements in his films that are kind of taken away from it and just knocking it down for me. And I feel like that is what's happening in this film as well. I wanted to connect on a bigger level. I wanted to be a bit more invested. I wanted to, be like, oh my God, man, this is a story that I'm uplifted with him. I'm with him. I'm in that dressing room for that match. I'm there. I'm ready. I'm connecting with every single one. Like there's this moment in this movie where this guy is talking about something out and it just cuts. It's like, here's a funny joke. And I was like, wow, it's just kind of just didn't connect at all. Like, why would you cut that off? But look, that's just me. I don't know. It might not have been like that for you guys, but let me know down in the comment section below. What did you guys think of this movie? Did you guys love it? Smash it down there. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.